My husband slapped my pregnant belly in the middle of a baby shower and said, "It's probably not even mine anyway." He hit me hard enough that I doubled over and grabbed the edge of the gift table to keep from falling. 23 women were in my sister-in-law's living room holding paper plates of cake and little bags of mints, and they all saw my husband Boyd walk through the front door uninvited and slap his open hand across my belly at 7 months pregnant. The baby shower was supposed to be women only. Boyd knew that. My sister-in-law Clara planned it that way because she wanted me to have one afternoon without Boyd hovering and making comments about everything I ate, and how much weight I was gaining, and whether I was doing enough to keep his house clean while carrying his child. Clara told Boyd the time and the address so he could drop me off and pick me up. He was supposed to go to his friend's house and wait. Instead, he came inside 2 hours early and walked straight toward me like he had been thinking about what he was going to say the whole drive over. I was standing near the gift table opening a box of baby blankets when the front door opened and Boyd came in, and every woman in the room looked up because no one expected a man to walk into a baby shower. He didn't say hello. He didn't look at anyone else. He walked right up to me and said he went through my phone while I was getting ready that morning and saw a text from a coworker named Saul. The text said, "Congratulations on the baby," and that was it. That was the entire message. Congratulations on the baby. Saul was 62 years old and had worked in the office next to mine for 3 years, and he sent a one-line text because he was a polite man who knew I was pregnant. Boyd turned that text into something it wasn't. He said I was talking to other men behind his back. He said the baby probably wasn't his. He said it loud enough for every woman at the shower to hear, and then he slapped my stomach with his open palm, like the baby inside me was something he wanted to punish before it was even born. Clara dropped her plate. My friend Alma stood up so fast her chair fell backward. Boyd's own Aunt Maxine, who was sitting near the window, put her hand over her mouth. I was bent over holding my belly trying to breathe because the pain wasn't just physical. It was the realization that my husband just hit the part of my body where our daughter was living. The part I rubbed every night and talked to every morning and protected every time I turned in my sleep. He hit her. Not just me. Her. Boyd stood there like he was waiting for an answer. Like slapping a pregnant woman in front of 24 people was a question that deserved a response. He said well. He actually said well. Like I owed him an explanation while I was still trying to stand up straight. Clara moved first. She stepped between me and Boyd and told him to get out of her house. Boyd told Clara to mind her business because this was between him and his wife. Clara said it became her business when he put his hands on me in her living room. Boyd looked around the room for the first time and saw every face staring at him, and not one of those faces was on his side. Not even his Aunt Maxine, who loved him more than anyone in his family. Maxine stood up and walked over, and she didn't say a word to Boyd. She put her arm around my shoulder and walked me to the back bedroom and closed the door. I could hear Clara's voice through the wall telling Boyd to leave before she called the police. He left. He slammed the front door and his truck started in the driveway and he was gone. Maxine sat with me on the bed and held my hand and asked me if this had happened before. I told her the truth, not the hitting. Boyd had never hit me before, but the accusations, the jealousy, the control, that had been there since the beginning. Boyd checked my phone every day.